Hi guys, welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our last two games of the season against Farsley Celtic and Hyde. Now, Farsley Celtic are a place behind us. A win for us today would guarantee us 7th place, and we're only 3 points outside the playoffs, so we're in a really good position at the minute where we could potentially make one last push for that position. But then obviously we play Hyde afterwards. They're sat in second place at the moment, only a point behind Macclesfield, and it is incredibly tight at the moment for that top spot. We've already started rebuilding. I say rebuilding the side. We've been looking at getting rid of players and seeing who we're going to keep, who's going to go. Already a few players have started to leave. Josh King Phillips has completed a permanent move away from the club, as has Kai Payne and Margie Simmons. We haven't signed anyone new as of yet, but we have tied a number of players down to new contracts for next season. We're keeping the core of the side there. One or two of the fringe players are going to leave. Um, but it's been a bit of a rough going, to be honest, and I've had to make some quite tough decisions in relation to players that are staying and going. Um, Ben Houston, he's been a loyal servant to the club as our first choice goalkeeper and backup goalkeeper over the last year and a half, but he will be leaving at the end of the season. Jaden Matthew, I've decided to let go as well. He's been reasonably a first team regular this season, but he more of his performances were for worse rather than the better. So he's going to head away. Jack O'Connor, Adewoju, and Furtado and McGee, by the way, have all signed new deals already, as is Keeling and Jack Bates. Akil Raymond came back for a season. He's only played a handful of matches, if that. He is going to leave the club, especially on the wage that he was on. Gascoigne, Yusuf, Jack Williams have all signed new deals. Job Townrow, we're going to let go, I think. He's not really settled into the side particularly well in midfield or up front, so he will also be leaving. Values of players have actually gone up. The squad agreed playing time has reduced. Some of the wages have gone up, some have gone down. So it's just a bit of a balancing act at the minute. But Nathan Thomas, the 32-year-old winger who we brought in the middle of this season, he has signed an extension to the end of next season, as has Danawa, Amamiego, and Norton. I'm not sure what to do with Sangare or Iron Tor. We're going to get rid of Scott McCarthy. Despite his pace and direct running in behind defences this season, he's done well in terms of scoring goals for us, but he's only scored 9 league goals. All the others were in the Cups. And he, unfortunately, is going to get the chop. I'm not too sure about Sangare at the moment. He's come in and done quite well for us. And I'm also not sure about Iron Tor either. Um, Iron Tor, of course, has done really well for us last season with 28 goals in 30 games. But this season he's really struggled, and I think we do need a fresh scope of attack up front, to be fair. But I'm not too sure. Sangare has done well since signing for us, but again, I'm not too sure about him at the minute. The fact that Sangare and Argent Tour we lose on international duty as well quite regularly, that's a bit of a playing factor at the moment. Danawa, we also lose on international duty, but we have kept him because we do need the wingers. But we are going to keep Ryan Brunt. He's only played 5 games. Sorry, 4 games, but he scored 5 goals. And because of his teamwork and his determination, his strength as well in that target forward role, I still think he's got something to offer, and he's done well playing for us when he has come into the side, so he will remain part of the setup. Um, all of them have already signed new deals, so it's just a case of waiting for the season to tick over and one or two players to leave, and then we can rebuild a little bit after that. Liam Potter potentially going to leave on loan until the end of the season. There's not too much going on with that, to be honest, and he's not played too many matches. He played quite well in the last game, but nothing has really come up from it, unfortunately. We've got McGee in goal today with Keeling, Furtado, O'Connor, and Bates. Norton, Williams, Yusuf, and Danawa in the midfield. Sangare and Tor are up front. Townrow, we've already decided that he is going to leave. In fact, I think we're going to start Ryan Brunt ahead of Iron Tor today. Again, as the target forward, he has been quite solid for us. Recent form has been okay. We lost the last game against Bradford Park Avenue, but we did win the 2 games previous to that, both of which by 2 goals to 1. So form is okay. I think this 4-4-2 is definitely the way to go. I think it's just a case of adding real quality to the side, and that is something that we are going to have to look at going into next season, depending on financial status of the club. Players are concerned about the financial status of the club now. It really is that dire. It's up to 2.25, 200 and a quarter thousand. So it really is getting dire straits for a club that at this level to have this much debt could probably mean closure in the long run, but hopefully we can just keep going. We need new owners, there's no doubt about it, and we need owners that will clear the debt without doing it via a bank loan and putting us into more debt. So we'll see how things go. Early chance here, and it's a good effort. It's just clipped the crossbar and gone over for Farsley Celtic. They did have the beating of us last time out. We know we have to win these two games if we want to have a chance at the playoffs. We have to win these two matches. Obviously, the big fight is for the league title. Warrington, I think, are still in the fight, but it depends on how Macclesfield and Hyde get on in their respective games. And Hyde are actually 2-0 down at the moment with Macclesfield level in there as Yusuf swings it in. O'Connor with a big header, and it's his fifth of the season. He's been a surprise package this season. I think Jack O'Connor, he's earned his new deal, I think, this season. He has been very good for us. And my word, that is a big goal for him. Yusuf swinging in the corner. O'Connor with the header. The keeper got a touch on it, but because we had a man marking the keeper, he did struggle there, and it gives us the lead. Incidentally, we have been the better side so far, not holding too much of the ball, but we've certainly been using it to our advantage. We just need to keep it up in the second half, and hopefully we can continue to claim a result. Here is Jack Williams into Furtado Sangare, of course, playing potentially to earn that extra year's contract. Jack O'Connor's missed his header, and it's a good save from McGee onto the post, and it's cleared away in the end by Jack O'Connor. Very lucky from our point of view. We just about hold on to our lead. Charlie's still beating Hyde 2-0. And Macclesfield are still at 0-0. McDonald looking over the top. Yusuf clears to Keeling. Looks over the top for Sangare. Couldn't find him. Uzoka into Rowland. And now Owen Evans takes it out wide to that left-hand side. Tries to get the cross in, and Rowland's free. Arriving onto it, he hits the crossbar. And again, we just about managed to get it clear. I think there was an offside given there as well. But we're just about holding on to this one-goal advantage at the moment. We need to start winning the ball a little bit more. Brunt did well with the header there. Couldn't find another blue shirt, though. Jack O'Connor intercepts well, though, into Donawa. Good running from Donawa. The fact that I think Donawa's pace is the main reason why I've kept him, to be honest. Here is Jack Williams. Again, looking for Donawa, who lofts it in. And Ryan Brunt managed to get a strike at goal, but he was just offside. And to be honest, after me bigging him up and giving him the new deal, it's probably the first poor game Ryan Brunt's had. But here is Owen Evans, and he's been brought down. Jack O'Connor, and again, I was bigging him up in this game. He gives away the penalty. And McGee now against Owen Evans. Come on, McGee. Owen Evans strikes it in. McGee did go the right way, but couldn't keep it out. We're going to demand more from the side, and we're going to make a couple of changes. And again, Sangare's been poor today. He's not covering himself in glory at the moment. Yusuf is going to come off. He's on that yellow card. Furtado and O'Connor are actually having good games, despite O'Connor missing out with that challenge. And we'll get Jaden Matthew on as well. Again, Jaden Matthew's on big money at the moment, and that's the main reason why he's not earning a new deal. Darren Norton swings it in. O'Connor's there, and it's just over the crossbar. Could have been a big goal for us, that. If we can get a win here, we are in very much with a fight of a playoff place, which would be remarkable, to be honest. Sangare plays about to Jaden Matthew, looks over the top. McDonald easily picking it up and finding Maloney. And the keeper just knocks it forward. Mannings chases it, but Jaden Matthew picks it up. Into Darren Norton. Inside to Jack Williams, lofts it long. And again, the run wasn't made by the centre forward, and Maloney claims it very comfortably. I'm hoping the chance will come for us, but I'm not feeling too confident about it at the minute. O'Connor wins a header, finds no support, and Uzoka into Mannings, and there is the goal for Farsley Celtic. There's no offside, and all of a sudden our lack of conversion with our chances today is certainly going to go against us. We drop into 8th place, obviously, because Farsley are now going above us. And we've had more attempts on target. It's probably one of the few games recently that we've been the better side. Um, but unfortunately, we haven't come out on top. And I think Sangari is definitely done. He's done his job for a few matches, but I think he's done, unfortunately. And Darren Norton's not far behind him, but he's not playing in a natural position at the moment. He can play up front, of course, so that is another option for us. Um, but it's a very disappointing performance, and as such, we're out of the playoff race now. It's very disappointing, but the lowest we can finish is 9th, so we're certainly securing a mid-table finish. 8th place is still a very good finish, in my opinion, if we can maintain that, like I say. But considering we were favourites for relegation, I'll take 9th place anyway. So, but the fact that it's finished in a defeat is disappointing. Macclesfield are officially crowned champions. They managed 2 late goals against Ashington. Warrington did win, but they weren't in with a shout, unfortunately. And we look forward. Oh my word! So because of these yellow cards, Yusuf and Danao are actually missing out the last game of the season against Hyde, who of course had a chance of potentially winning the title until Macclesfield's 2 late goals. We've got a week to go until that game against Hyde. We'll just get through it, and hopefully we can finish the season on a high. But it's going to be a tough ask, that is for sure. Okay, then, guys, here we go for the last game of the season. As I mentioned before, we have been offloading players, but we have actually managed to bring a guy in now as well. In terms of our transfer history, who is it that's left now? Akil Raymond has left for Woodley United. He was earning £200 a week. He's actually earning more than that at Woodley United, but I think we have certainly upgraded on him in that central midfield area, and we're looking to offload Townrow as well. Max Sanders, or as I'd like to call him now, the bootleg Kevin De Bruyne, with his hairstyle and that facial feature there, he's not too far off in my humble opinion. But in terms of technical quality, he's a long way off. But as you can see, his valuation is phenomenal for a side at this level. Stamina-wise, very, very good. Very determined character, great teamwork type player as well. Good vision, good work rate, good passer of the ball, good long shot taker, corner ability and dribbling are very good as well. He is very much our best midfielder alongside Yusuf, a 3.5 star current ability player with that box to box role or the ball winning midfielder role. And I think this is the kind of player that we need to attract, basically. Someone who has got that little bit more technically, but he's also got that mental side of his game as well. His fitness isn't the best, and his pace is okay. But again, with 9 ratings, they're reasonable for the level we're at, and I'm very, very impressed that we've managed to get him in. And no one else actually came in for him as well, so that was a bit of a surprise there. In terms of the financial side of things, because Raymond left, he was on £200 a week, of course. We're actually sat on -£4 a week at the moment. A number of players are still looking at leaving, of course, as well. Sam Dolby there, potential signing as well. So there's plenty of players that are coming through with our scouts at the moment, and we've certainly got to keep an eye out. Sam Dolby is the kind of striker that we might need at the club, to be honest. I mean, he's a good finisher, good composure. Pace isn't the best. He's reasonably strong, good stamina, good jumping reach as well. Really good with his teamwork and determined. Again, these are the kind of players that we need to look at. Players with league experience. He's been at Stockport County this last season in League One, and he's played a number of games at League One and League Two level. But Vanarama national level seems to be where he plays the majority of his games at Southend and at Yeovil on loan last season. So again, good experience from leagues higher up, and he could be somebody that we do look at going forward. But we'll get into the game anyway. Obviously, Yusuf and Danawa are suspended today, and it's just going to be one of them situations today. We're just going to go through the motions and see how we get on. Sanders straight into the side as the ball-winning midfielder because Yusuf, of course, is suspended, and Thomas has actually dropped down in quality because of the signing of Max Sanders, but obviously beforehand, they were good quality players. So take it with a pinch of salt, in my opinion. But the summer has already started for us in terms of rebuilding the squad. It's going to be a busy one for sure. Tom Rhodes on the bench today. No, he's not. Ryan Brunt's going to be on the bench. And it could be the last time we see Sangare and Iron Tor, the hero of last season, Iron Tor, but it could be the last time we see the two of them play for the club. Hopefully they can go out with a bang here against the Hyde side, who have challenged Macclesfield very, very well this season. The luckily for us, I don't think the striker that scored 4 against us last time out was actually playing today, so that is a bit of a bonus for us. Hopefully we can put them to the sword in this game and get a little bit of revenge. It would be nice. First minute, Jack Bates with the yellow card. Not ideal. Bit of a nothing game for us now, obviously, but at the same time, it's a last chance for Sangare and Argent Tour to give good account of themselves for the club, and we'll just see how things go. And Wilson straight away played in behind here. It's a very good finish, isn't it? Very calm finish. 24th goal of the season for Ben Wilson, and we are a goal down after 15 and a half minutes. I wasn't expecting too much from today's game, but it's not a great start. Nathan Thomas looking to loft it into the penalty area. It's a shocking delivery, and it's cleared away. And Leslie is completely unmarked and free, and he just knocks it back to Wilson, the fullback Wilson. And he gets across, whipped in. Good interception by Furtado, who launches it forward. Ayantor knocks it on to Sangare. Potential opportunity knocking here. It's a good delivery from Sangare. It's a good pass, really. But again, Argentor wasn't massively alert to it. And Wilson is in again, in behind, and it's just wide. Very good breakaway from Hyde. And to be fair, considering where they were, they should have put it away. We've had the one attempt at goal, not on target. They have had 9 attempts in this opening half an hour. We really do need to build this team up again. And that is awful defending from that set piece. Swung into the far post, nodded back across. None of our players reacted. And Ben Wilson with his second of the game. And I've got a very bad feeling that this is going to be a very bad game for us today. We're going to demand more straight away because we've obviously not even started yet. Keeling with the ball forward looking for Tor. It's cleared away. And now Wilson into Leslie, into Sowerby. Now Hurd. Oh, good effort again from Hyde. And they get it knocked away. But we are clutching at straws here. Hyde are all over us. And every single time we get a highlight, it's just, yeah, I mean, there's no point in watching us really, is there? It's all Hyde. And Headley moving down this left-hand side now into Hurd. Back into Headley, looking over the top for Ben Wilson. And this time we get a touch of the ball. Furtado doing well to clear there. And Nathan Thomas has managed to win possession. He's got no support though. And again, easily mopped up by Headley. And yeah, we are really up against it here today. It's not a good performance, is it? This is Hurd over the top. Ben Wilson in for the hat trick, and he's hit the crossbar. I don't know what McGee was doing. He just dived on the floor, considering the ball went way over him. Just diving on the floor. Bit of a desperation tactic, probably. Here is Leslie into Wilson. Swings it in. Ben Wilson again winning the ball. Jack Williams knocking it away. Again, only as far as the fullback Wilson into the penalty area. There's the hat trick for Ben Wilson. It's been coming, hasn't it? And I feel a bit sorry for our bootleg Kevin De Bruyne as Sanders. He's not had a look in at all in this game. That is a shocking first half performance. And yeah, it was absolutely pathetic, to be honest. We've not looked at all like the side that we've proved to be throughout the course of the season. And Sanders here with a corner, swings it in looking for Adewoju. It's well punched clear by the keeper, but Jack Williams on the volley from the edge of the penalty area managed to knock it in very well. It was a good delivery from Sanders. Signs of positivity. At least we've scored. At least we've given some kind of account for ourselves. Adewoju, I don't know if it was the keeper that cleared it or the defender cleared it, but it was a good strike anyway from Jack Williams. And we managed to bring a goal back into it. What more can I say, to be fair? It's a little bit of a strange game, isn't it? We're just getting absolutely battered. Heard, I mean, Jack Bates did well there. Sanders, sorry, picks it up into Thomas. Tor, I mean, he's not even got near it, has he? And there's Ben Wilson. There's the fourth. But I mean, it was a different striker that scored four against us last time, and we lost 4-1 in that one, and it's happened again today. So time to make some substitutions. Sangare is done. We're going to get Darren Norton on for him. Tor is done. Both of them playing their last game for the club today. I've pretty much decided after that dismal performance. And I mean, what more can I do? We haven't really got the cover in the other positions. I mean, Sanders is the best rated mid. Well, Sanders and Jack Williams are doing well. Thomas is rating a 6 on that right hand side of midfield. We'll put Jack Bates at right midfield. Why not? And Jaden Matthew can come on for his last game for the club. And that's going to be that, I think. We have been extremely poor today. And we've been put to the sword again. Sobi and Leslie got assists. Both got a couple of assists last time we played them. So you'd think we'd be a little more aware. Here is Ryan Brunt into Jack Bates. He has got support ahead of him. It was a good run made by Norton, but Jack Williams received it into Norton. Mamiego looking to cross. Jack Bates is there with his first goal of the season. Is he our new right winger? My word, it's his first ever senior goal as well. And it's unfortunate that it's come in a game that nothing's going to happen from it, unfortunately. But it was a very well worked move. Mamiego lofting it to the far post. Jack Bates really attacking it well and heading it into the back of the net. And a bit of a stretch too far to say that we're back in it. Hyde have still dominated proceedings. But a couple of goals, at least we're giving good account of ourselves now. Here is Keeling into Adewoyu. Knocks it forward looking for Darren Norton, who got nowhere near it. Their defenders have absolutely bullied our strikers today for the most part. At least Ryan Brunt's managed to be a little bit more creative since coming on. But other than that, we're just going to drop a little bit of encouragement and hope for the best, I think. Hammond diving on the ball for no reason whatsoever. He had no pressure on him at all. And he delivers it forward. And Skikluna, completely unmarked, picks it up. Hurd into Wilson, and he puts it wide. Very uncharacteristic of him after scoring 4 goals already. Look at the number of attempts Hyde have had, though. And we've really been outplayed today. Solomon here with a strike from a free kick. Swings it in. It's over the bar. McGee didn't even try and go for it. He knew it was going over, fortunately. And another opportunity for Hyde. Wilson with the delivery from the corner. It's a good claim from McGee. Our players aren't pushing out, though. And McGee's just going to boot it forward for no reason in a minute. He's launched it here. Darren Norton managed to get forward, but again, not getting onto it. It's been a very harsh lesson once again against Hyde. It was in the initial game that we played against them, as Jaden Matthew manages to get a block in. He heads it away, and again, the players in midfield just not getting at them at all. So a bit into Wilson, the other one. Here's Leslie. There's the fifth. It has been coming, it has to be said, but we've kept the core of the squad, which is something, but we need to improve on all these positions. If we're going to be going up against the likes of Hyde next season, we've conceded 9 goals in the 2 games against them, and the game's still not done. Here is Furtado looking over the top. Norton, again, not getting anywhere near it. I've toyed with the idea of changing formation again as well. The 4-4-2's worked a little bit better for us going forward. Oh, my word. There's the 6th. I mean, I didn't want to end the season with 2 defeats. I thought we stood a chance against Farsley, but that was a very horrible way to end the season. A very horrible debut for Sanders, really, as well. He's not covered himself in too much glory, but he's not had much chance to get in at the game at all. I'm looking at a 4-2-3-1 next season, I will be honest. It's one of the formations that we haven't really tried. But again, we'll have to evaluate the personnel that we end up with going into next season. But we've kept the core of the squad. we know that they're good enough to compete in this league, but at the same time, we know that they're not good enough to really push on in this league. So we need to try and improve every single position that we have at the club. We've actually dropped down to ninth, unfortunately. Marsk did win their game against Gainsborough, so a ninth place finish is good. We've completely gone way above expectations, and going into next season, like I say, we just need to improve on all of the players in the squad and just see where we end up. But for the most part, it's been a very good season. I mean, Max Sanders making his debut didn't really have much effect on the game. So, looking at the squad just quickly, I mean, Town Row is set to leave. We'll just uncheck all the positions for a minute. So, Iron Tor is going, Sagare is going, Scott McCarthy is going, Ben Houston is going, and Jaden Matthew is going. So we've got a core first team, but there's obviously we need to strengthen all positions. There's no doubt about it. It's just going to be a case of finding players with that necessary quality, and hopefully going into next season we can hope for, if not the same, hopefully better. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for our transfer special and beginning of the season. This is Big Will, signing away.